They have 100 soldiers. So, if it comes to blows, they're going to be down 100 soldiers.
Yeah.
Well, the best thing on television just keeps on getting better.
I will say that this episode was good, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, I know it's at the very end of the episode, and we're going to get to it later, but the best quote of the series so far...
If you're going to say something that involves Ironhide, you can just stop and we can go back to the beginning of the episode and talk about something really good.
Leaf was like, Thorfinn, please don't go do this and talk to Canute. He goes, I scouted them out. They have about 100 Vikings. So if worse comes to worse, I'll come back alive.
Which, okay, that was badass.
He said that, and I laughed out loud. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, and that to you was like, I still got that dog in me. I got that dog in me.
That's it. And you remember, as he was walking away, said if he gets blood on his hands, this goes up a letter grade.
I'm gonna go talk to Canute. I'm going to end this nonsense now, and if they fuck around, they'll find out.
Yeah.
Wait, they have 100 soldiers. I said what I said.
I'll be back shortly.
Yeah.
Keep the boat running.
Now, what? And then I'm thinking, like, okay, he's going to go talk to Canute. He's going to have to fight a couple, maybe fist fight people that think, like, he's one of the guys that was, like,
of course,
leading the
he is
charge.
from the farm.
And then Snake sees he's going, and he follows him quietly, and then him and Snake fight together until him and Canute get together, and Canute stops it, and then Canute and Thorfinn have that reunion we've been
Do you think they're going to actually have a conversation, though?
Thorfinn and Canute?
Yeah.
1,000% next episode it's happening, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it's absolutely happening. But my brain just kept going. I'm like, man, Thorfinn, I
mean, he did hit Eonar, so it's still there. He did punch him.
They have 100 soldiers. So, if it comes to blows, they're going to be down 100 soldiers.
Yeah.
Like,
That is some pure confidence, but I'll give it to him. He probably could put it in a hurting, but I also think Snake could put it in a hurting, too.
Yeah, when Badger got his arm cut off.
Oh, and he was still fighting?
He came and cut the head off.
Yeah.
But I can't say enough about this episode. Thorgil and Canute.
God broke his sword, just bent it, from a normal guy swinging a sword. Now, Canute still had it in him. He's pretty quick.
We still don't know what happened to Pater. Not a single scene this whole episode.
I'm sure he didn't make it.
I don't know. We don't know.
We skipped over the fact that Kittle is
dying
on his deathbed.
Yeah, I wish he would have died.
I actually thought I would have been acceptable with a full, clean beheading.
Snake said, don't you die.
Yeah.
You ain't taking the easy way out. You have to take responsibility for sending these people to slaughter for absolutely nothing. And the guy who owed him money that told him how it was like, now you know what it feels like.
Yeah, I knew you'd be slapping your cheeks for that one.
The antagonist of the season. You feel you feel this big now, right? Like one of your
now
slaves that works for decades for you.
Yeah.
One of the guys that owes you money. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're not going to pay your debt off
bad,
this
right?
way. Well, it doesn't really matter, man. Neither are you.
Yeah.
So.
It was everything.
It was a fantastic episode.
And you're going to hate the fact that I loved the ending of Ironhide's story.
I didn't need it. Obviously, she could have died about 7 episodes ago.
Loved it. Loved every minute of that scene.
It's the slaves, it's their war.
When Einar did that.
Doesn't really matter.
And when Einar did that ugly cry, I felt that. He truly cared about that girl. And I knew she was going to die. I predicted that. Obviously, she was not going to survive.
She had her goodbyes with the fetus, the baby, and Garter in her dream.
And now she's going back to them.
Yeah, she's going back because they were waiting, pulled the wagon over, which I'm okay with, but I'm happy it's over, I guess, finally. It was an unnecessary side story. It really put no value to the show.
I thought it was a fantastic side story that demonstrated somebody's lived experience in this universe under the conditions of being a slave. And if you're going to give me a slave story, you better make it as good as Ironhide's story, because it was great. It really was great. I thought the introduction to Gardar, oh, by the way, here's a new character halfway in. And then he's this built up to be this huge, big dude that's going to impact the rest of the season. And then he dies.
He impacted a good chunk, obviously.
He did. I am so excited, not just with the reunion with Canute and Thorfinn, which I hope Thorfinn kills him, but he's not.
I know. I was really hoping that Thorgil would get a swing on him, but obviously you knew that wasn't going to happen either, because he's still out there.
Yeah. Canute is thirsting after my boy, after he was so bold to try to kill the king himself. He's like, you don't kill him, I want him back.
Yeah.
That dude's an asset.
Yes.
Yeah, and he is. He is.
What he did, the power he has, he only got stopped because everybody Wolf.
Canute stopped his own head from coming off. and even
which was
in
impressive.
That, his arm, he probably sprained his wrist.
Yeah,
because
like
of
you know
Thorgil's
how like if
strength.
you vibrate something so
Yeah.
much, the force of like it just does
Yeah.
some trauma.
It just radiates through your
Yeah.
body, and I'm sure he definitely got a pretty
Can you
bad
imagine
sprain.
how well
And
the sword,
Thorgil being the one swinging it?
the sword bent and broke, and it's like, huh?
I have
this
no
man
idea
swings
where the
hard.
story's ending this season. I don't know where
We have
could
4
pick up.
episodes left.
Like, what's the next arc?
I
And
don't. Well,
I'm
I think the
just-
Thorfinn Canut's gonna cover a lot.
How many years do I have to wait? I'm just
Well,
like,
that's the other thing because
I
I think
don't want
that's
it to end.
honestly, will there be a season 3?
don't ask me questions that would make
Because-
me depressed, please.
Because
Yes, we're getting it.
why?
Because the manga's continued.
Okay, like what? Are,
It's adapting the manga, and the manga has more
Well,
story
obviously,
left.
but like
It's
my
just how long
question
we have
would
to
be: so if Canute and Thorfinn, let's say, iron everything out, or Thorfinn kills everyone, he's going to go back to Leaf, and they're going to sail for Vinland.
No, he's going back to Iceland first,
Oh, I guess, and maybe you'll get the mother reunion and stuff like
which
that.
I wanted
and-
this season. And maybe we get
You
it
might at the
before
end.
the end of the season. Maybe that'll be like by the end of season 2, Thorfinn's back in Iceland. He's like squashed all his
Taking a
beasts,
breath.
and maybe it's the introduction to the quest to Vinland.
Right.
So maybe that's what
That'd be
it
the
is.
next. So then, my question to you: do you believe at the end of this season, both Canute and Thorfinn will still be alive?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So their meeting's going to go.
I
well.
believe the last person to die in the series, like the big last death, is Canute. He will die.
But
1,000%.
eventually, yeah, not like now.
And I don't know if it's going to be Thorfinn to do it, but Canute will absolutely die. I believe he's on the trajectory of self-destruction.
Yeah,
And I
believe
hope
that.
I hope Thorfinn's the one to do it because he's on the path to self-righteousness and I shouldn't say self-righteousness, I should say self-improvement and inner peace and self-forgiveness. And they're going in 2 completely different paths. Thorfinn even made a comment about God this episode that
Yeah.
was
When he was
reminiscent to
overlooking the
what
ocean.
Canute did in season 1.
Yeah.
Episode 19, where he forsaken God. Like, how can you let us suffer down here?
Mm-hmm.
It felt like Thorfinn was going to go there, and he balled his fists up, and I felt like he was still angry. But I think it was then him saying, you know what? I'm not going to pray about this. I'm going to go talk to Canute. Like a man.
I think he is angry about it, and he's going to try to answer it in his new way. And honestly, I truly hope he has to kill some soldiers at least, the very least.
Next episode, he gets punched in the face by somebody. Yeah, that's already in the preview. Like, he is in a fight with someone next episode. It's like, I think
And no idea who it is.
I think it might be a Thegan. One of Canute's Thegans.
One of like them. Okay.
Yeah, like a Thorgil type guy. And my prediction is, I'm always wrong with Vinland Saga because not only does it like circumvent my expectations, but it improves upon like what I could even think is like as good as it could be. I want Snake to secretly follow him and back him up
And move to
when it's
Iceland with
needed.
him.
Yeah, I want them to be. I want the 3. I want Einar, Thorfinn, and Snake to be BFFs.
I mean, Snake has nowhere to go. I liked how his group kind of realized like they're not as like badass as they thought they were.
yeah.
And although the dude fighting with Badger with one arm, like he was trying.
Foolishly, stop it. Go,
He
stop.
was doing work
Retreat.
compared to the others.
Retreat. He's going to die.
Of course
Terrible
he
death.
was.
Yeah, and Snake didn't want that to happen.
They were
'cause he
all
cares
going
about his
to
people.
die.
I love Snake so much. That dude has got like a moral center about him. That,
See, wouldn't it be a better story if it was Snake and A&R and Leaf and Canute,
That's where we're
Thorgil, Thorkill. Just really no Thorfinn. New Thorfinn,
No.
I'll take.
none of them. Yeah, well, it's always Thorfinn. It's just he's
Yes,
going
the
through
new
his,
one.
He's going through his journey, man.
Yes, Leaf's
And you just
son.
all you have to do is sit down and watch him go through this beautiful journey.
And we'll see. We'll see what happens next
So
episode.
you liked it?
Yes, it was a fantastic episode.
Oh,
a lot
okay.
of fighting. Arnheid was like, to me, it was like watching the credits roll.
So as long as you get action, you're good.
Oh, and it was a lot of it.
Yeah, there was a lot of action. Yeah. So
Lot of
that's all
blood,
you want. You
lot
just
of
want
fight.
you want season 1 action.
I want
save the
I want
dialogue.
my mouth to hang open just as Demon Slayer Season 3 does.
All right.
That's what I like. I'm
I don't
a
know if
simple
we're gonna get
man
much-
with simple pleasures.
Don't know how much more fighting we're going to get this season. I think we're going to see a lot of conclusions to some open
Good, wrap the story
storylines.
up. I'm got look, at this point, my most hated storyline is gone.
Okay.
And that's Arnheid.
Yeah.
So I think now with the Canute and Thorfinn, it's a new storyline, one we've been waiting for the entire season.
I knew as soon as we saw her gravestone, you were like probably at home going, "Oh, thank God it's
Yep.
over." Like,
Yep, take
Yeah.
your baby, take you, and off to hell.
oh my God, she didn't go to hell.
Yeah,
She didn't go to hell.
Whatever she wants.
I'm glad you liked it, so we don't have to fight too much. But
No.
yeah, we are going to fight about Arnheid though, because that was a
it was
fantastic
lovely.
story.
Episode 20, guys. We'll catch you next week for episode 21.